I can hear it click there. Okay, now we're digging. Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench, I've got something new for you. We'll talk about it in just a second. First off, I've been doing this, what, 6 years now? Something like that, the hobby, and doing YouTube with it for about 4 to 5 years. Started on my personal channel, then I started this channel. And it's been just because of my love for the hobby. I've never claimed to know everything about RC cars. It's not really my personality anyway to kind of be a know-it-all about things. And so I kind of just present it as I see it. And sometimes I don't get everything completely accurate or right. And some of that just has to do with the timing of the videos. So right now it's midnight and I'm working on a video, shooting a video because I've had a really long day and I'm just now getting to it. So I've got fatigue going into it, but also like I'm doing this one tonight, not because I have the time to, but because I'm trying to get the tires off it to my buddy Jeremy, and I'll tell you guys why in a little bit here. And so it's kind of forcing me to do it, and I just have to get it done, and that's just kind of what it comes down to. So I'm going to get it done for you guys. We're going to take a look at this thing. I'm really excited about it, actually. I've had the kit for a while on my shelf back there. Haven't had time to get to that. And Jeremy was in Hobbytown with me. He was looking at getting something for himself. And he really wanted a kit, and they didn't have any kits that he wanted. And he was kind of wanting a Capra kit. So I said, you know what? I'll sell you mine. I don't have time to get to it anyway. I'll just go ahead and pick up the RTR, and you can buy my kit off me. But I already bought tires and upgrades for mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him these wheels so he can put it on his Capra. But I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow at some racing, and so I want to get it to him. So anyway, that's a long intro. You guys feel free. You know, if I don't get something right, or if you see something that I don't mention, please mention it in the comments below. Try to do it in a positive way. That's all I ask. You don't have to call me a loser or call me whatever because I don't know what I'm talking about, blah, blah, blah. Just say, hey, man, this is what that is. You know, I heard you say this. Cool. Let's just be cool about it. We're about helping each other out here. And I'm just trying to show people before they spend their money on something like this, what you get in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll take a look at this. This is the Axial Capra, ready to run, 1/10 scale, crawler, got the cool dig feature in it. You guys have seen, and if you haven't seen, you should totally go check out Harley Design's video build on this. You've got RC Network did an awesome build video on this. I think Scale Builders Guild did one as well. I watched a bunch of them. I wasn't actually going to do a build video on mine, so this actually gives me something to unbox for you guys because I was just going to build it and run with it. Now you get to see what the ready to run looks like. So let's open this up and see what you get. Wow, there's so much stuff here on the box. These labels are great. Talking about everything, universal axle sets, large bore aluminum shocks. What's really cool about this kit, guys, is you'll see that it's not a kit, it's an RTR, but you get all of the kit upgrades. See, I'm already saying things that are wrong. We haven't even been recording for any time. But with the RTR, you get the same components in this one as you get in the kit, and that's new. Normally, with the kit version, you'd get upgraded links and different parts that were upgrades. Well, with this particular ready to run, they're giving you everything that you get in the kit, but it's fully ready to drive. HD wild bore drive shafts. Get steel gears, check that out. Dig transmission, already going to be installed. You get the light bar even, all the cool stuff. Let's see, I got the green and teal one. There is also a red and orange one. I would have probably actually preferred that, but I'll probably get a wrap or something anyway to go on this. Lots more cool stuff. Curry portal axles, we'll see those. The Dynamite ESC. STX3 transmitter. Oh, that is new. We've been hearing about this. It's got the foam grippy on it. What? Okay, SRX 300, the S614 Spectrum servo, durable servo horn. It's got a little metal insert in it. We won't see some of this stuff. You still get the beadlock wheels even with this one, so pretty cool. And yeah, let's open it up and get everything out. You'll see it in the actual form of the vehicle here. But I just want to point out some of the stuff on the box for you guys, because it is kind of neat what they've done with this thing. So, do I have it right side up? We'll see in just a second. All right. Definitely going to look at the transmitter on this one. One of these times, guys, I'm just going to show you the car, because that's what you want to see. But so far, I've been showing everything, manuals, all the stuff you get. It's just kind of how I do it. So this came in at $450 instead of the $330 that the kit was running. And for that, you get quite a bit. Since you get the transmitter, you get the tires on this one, and that it'd be hard to really build the kit and assemble it without the discount you get when you do get it ready to run on some of the pieces. So just have a nice thick piece of plastic, I guess, rubbery material on the top there. You can see the antenna sticking out here for the receiver, which is tucked in there, nice and tucked away. Suspension feels pretty good out of the box, but the car itself looks really good. And I'm actually going to call this out. Like, this teal looks a lot better than it did on the box and in the pictures. I actually don't mind it, especially with the gray top to it. So we'll see how long I keep it like this. We may keep it like this for a little bit, guys. I don't know. I don't mind it. But there are some cool aftermarket ones, 3D printable things people have. I actually bought 3D printable files for the last kit that I had, and I didn't build because I was going to go ahead and print some off. So we may give that a go. Anyway, so you get the drivers in here, moldable heads. Everything's already painted and ready for you with this version, so that's nice. You do get their Nitto tires, 1.9, 4.7s. These are the Trail Grapplers. These are a pretty common tire that you do see with Axial. Up front is that servo. It is on axle. It's the S614, and that's, I think, mainly to save some space, give you lots of travel room. But you can see the axles up here, as well as how thick these steering links are. Make sure I try and use the right words tonight, guys. But plastic axles, they're okay. They're portals. You know, you get nice ground clearance here. Look at all that clearance you get with the portals. That's really nice. The shocks, they are aluminum bodied. So they're coil over, and they are adjustable. So you do have adjustability here. You can spin these down, set your preload that way. They were all the way up when I got it. Look at the links. Those things sit really level. Look at how parallel those sit to the ground. That's really nice. So much flex. This thing is flexing like he's been working out. One of the neat things about this is it does come with the light buckets up front, and those are actually wired in. So you do have lights in the buckets, but you've also got this light bar up top, which is really nice. So the way that you get into your battery is there's a couple of little clips right here, body clips, but they're up underneath the hood here. And so we'll go ahead and pop these two out, and then you should just pop it straight up like so. That's really great. So it gives you an intention, disconnect the battery when the vehicle is not in use. I just realized we're looking at the car first. I don't typically do that. Usually we look at some of this other stuff. We'll come back to it. The manual and things. I don't see any tools with it. Maybe those fell out somewhere else. Maybe there aren't any tools. But in here you do have your battery compartment. I've got a couple of different options for batteries here. I'm going to try out this Venom Crawler battery. And it's the Venom Crawl. It's a 4650C 2S battery. We'll see how this fits in here. Fits pretty well, actually. Just got to move these cables around to the sides. All right, so let me think about how I would do this in order to close the lid. Oh, I need an adapter on this. I didn't bring the adapter. I think what I'll actually probably end up running is this Venom 1500 3-cell 35C battery though, which will slide in here real easy, give me lots of room to plug in, tuck that all down in there, and I'm good to go. It'll give me a little bit more speed as well, power, but this does fit in here. They don't give you a whole lot of room with this battery lead, and so when this battery's in there, it's a pretty tight fit as it is. And then this is going to be up on top, and so that'll kind of make the hood kind of bow a little bit, which I don't love. So if you have the option, I would maybe think about trying to run this different, maybe down and under, and we push it below. So I'll have to play with that and see what different options I have for getting that in here. But maybe try and tuck it like so. Still a little bit of a bow. Not as bad that time. It closed down pretty good. But I think the 3S fits in there a little bit better. Not as many milliamp hours, but it'll have more voltage, so that's good. Portals, nice. Very nice. It is plastic. Big beefy brace across the top. We'll see how these hold up. Plastic ends to your big beefy 4 links. They are kind of tapered, so they're really thick in the middle. I wonder about this little hole, if that's going to catch things or not. Plastic drive shafts in here. Not a big deal. These have always been all right to me. You might, you know, licorice this a little bit, but it's usually not too bad. So I'm not too worried about the drive shafts on this. You can always go to MIPs if you want. You know, getting in here to work on it's the one thing. That would be my one drawback to this type of vehicle, is that you do have to remove some pieces in here to get inside to work on them. Not the end of the world. Usually with my crawlers, I don't have too many problems. Knock on wood like that. Again, I don't know that this thing is fully waterproof because I don't know what the receiver is. It doesn't really say it on the box in big graphics like it typically does. So I'll probably keep it out of the water for the most part. Maybe go wheels in, but try and keep the electronics out. Luckily, it's pretty high here. I can go in and waterproof a lot of it myself if I want to. Easy to swap out the servo to put in a waterproof one if I want. I will have to route the cabling though up in, and it does have nice cable management in there. Everything's kind of got lockdowns that are holding it in place, and I'd have to bring it back here and then up. That's a long run up into this box. So that's an interesting run. I'm glad that somebody else had to do that instead of me. So one of the things that you can't see in here are two things, is the Dynamite AE5L ESC with drag brake, and that's a Dynamite ESC, and it's got a jumper that you can choose between LiPo and NIM battery. It is tucked in here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to get to if you do need to just make that little jumper. You shouldn't need to. It's a waterproof design on it, so that's good. It has a Spectrum SRX 300 receiver on here, which has steering, throttle, and an auxiliary. But the ESC itself actually has the LED light dual outputs right from the ESC, so that's kind of cool. Other than that, I need to see what the motor is for you guys. But the ESC is sitting, it's tucked right here on this back wall underneath the drivers, and then you've got, it looks like a 35T motor. Yeah, it's a 3. So it's a 35T motor in there. So it'll have some slower crawling capabilities for it. Let's go ahead and pull out the transmitter, because this is something new by Spectrum. It was just announced actually not long ago. So this has a foam grip on it. So it looks like the STX2 has a couple extra buttons here, which will probably be used for doing our dig controls on this. So third channel button. You've got your throttle limit still here. You've got your throttle rate here, steering rate, and then steering trim, so steering rate's all the way up. Throttle trim, and then you've got reverses for both steering and throttle. So that's definitely new and upgraded from the previous one. In here we've got a little manual. It's going to tell us about actually how to use the dig. So you've got channel 3 top and bottom, and it's telling us how to use the dig transmission. Press channel 3 top button on the transmitter. The dig function engages, locking up the rear axle, and then push the bottom one to disengage it. So the top one here will engage the dig, and the bottom one will disengage the dig. That's good to know. But the manual, let's look at it. Looks pretty good. Nice glossy pages to it, showing us kind of required equipment that we'll want. A 2 to 3S shorty LiPo battery. So we do have a parts bag I'm missing that has 4 AA batteries, the cross wrench, and a little parts bag. So I'll have to go back to the box and see where that fell out. But here you can see where they're showing how it's all laid out, which is great because we didn't see this because of the interior with the guy. Your dig servo sitting over here, your 35T, which you can actually see on this better. It actually has the 3.5 on it. Your ESC is sitting there. You've got your 4-link bars. So you've got the steering knuckles up front. Servo is sitting on there. We've seen all of that. They're showing you how to open it, how to use the controller, and how to drive with it. So that's funny. This one shows the foam on it, and this one doesn't. It looks like the old plastic wheel. Interesting. Shows you how to bind it and work with the controller, and then a little bit of vehicle maintenance and tuning kind of things on this page. And then in the back, I think we probably have part explosions. So you can see the diagram if you have to work on the cars at all, how to work on it. But this one is fully set up, and so that's awesome. So all I need to do now is, let's go ahead and put batteries in these things. And we'll put a battery in this, and we'll try out the dig servo and show you how that works. All right, Axial, look at you. Sony batteries, sparing no expenses here. So it did come with a little tool bag, bind plug, your cross wrench, and then the Sony batteries to go in your new Spectrum STX3 controller, which is going to slide in here. All right, I did the same thing for the little Axial. I put these sandbags up on here to just kind of demo the 24th scale. So we're running that 3-cell Venom battery. And get this up here. You can see all the axles are working right now. But right now, I want to kind of just pull the truck around the front. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hit the top button here to dig. Oh, there it goes. Well, that didn't dig. That's the opposite of digging. I can hear it click there. Okay, now we're digging. You can see I'm spinning it and pivoting it because that rear axle is not opened up. So now I'm going to open it back up, and there we go. So I can, on this one it's actually down is what's locking it. So when I go down, it locks it, and it's just pivoting without spinning or rotating those rear tires. It turns really tight that way. So now I'll unlock it by pushing on the up one. There it goes. It has some speed, that's for sure. Wheel speed on 3S for the 35 turn. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. So much flex though. Look at that. Rear wheel's still on the ground, hanging up because there's I should go this way. There's a handle, That's catching on. I love the flex on this thing. Oh, it's so nice. So I'm going to be getting rid of these tires on here, these Nitto tires. I'm going to be giving these to Jeremy. There we go. Lock it. It's not locking every time for me. There it goes. I can hear the servo in there working. Ooh, she's noisy. A little bit noisy. The gearing in it is definitely, you can hear the gears in the axles and everything. And in the transmission, you've got those metal gears. I'm hung up. There it is. What a cool looking truck. So much more like a crawler. Lock it. Unlock it. That wouldn't have actually been a good spot. Here, I could lock it and pull it around. So cool. Unlock it and drive away. Yeah. Now some people say that's just one more thing to break when you're out in the field. That's true. But it's so cool and so worth it that I'm totally going to use it anyway. I love it. So guys, that is a quick look at the Axial Capra, ready to run. You can pick this up at your local hobby shop. I got this one at Hobbytown in Virginia Beach. You can get it at horizonhobby.com as well. I'll have links for that in the description below. If you don't live by a hobby shop, I always suggest trying to shop local as much as possible. I shop locally at my Hobbytown all the time, and so I totally recommend that to people. Keep them in business, guys. It's good to have hobby shops around, and you know, they're really good for the hobby in the area and just having other people interested in keeping like a like-minded group of us out there running these things. So whenever you can, support local. I will, like I said, have a link down below for this on Horizon Hobby, both this teal and the orange version. And so if you guys want to order it that way, you can too. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, let me know what you think of this thing. I absolutely love it. This is probably going to be, and I haven't really run it except on here, but I think because of the flex that it has and just the dig function, the portal axles, the really, really nice links that it has on here, skid plate looks really good. I'm just really excited about this truck. We'll see how long my lights last. Those never seem to last very long for me, but maybe we'll do better this time. I don't know about that. But anyway, guys, give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave us a comment down below, and subscribe if you aren't subscribed and you want to see more RC content. Hope you guys have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.